I'm Ilya Marchenko.
I'm Dennis Kudla.
I'm Jesper de Jong.
I'm Henry Laaksonen.
I am Francisco Cerundolo,
and
you are listening to the Game to Love podcast.
Hey, good evening, tennis fans. It is the Madrid Masters semi-final, and this is the women that we're going to be talking about in this podcast. I'm excited about this one because the big two players are still in. We have Iga on one side of the draw, Saba on the other side of the draw, and it looks like they're on a collision course for another final.
Yeah, call me Kroll, but I'm more excited by seeing the one and only semi-final Sakkari in yet another semi-final. Maybe that's Kroll of me. I just find it very amusing that she's here again. And part of me would love to see her just win this semi-final and put all of these other losses behind her and beat a big player in the likes of Sabalenka and get to the final. But the stats does not look kindly on her at all. The chances of actually winning a semi is crazy. Like she doesn't win them at all. She's got the nickname for a reason, and I just find the whole thing quite amusing now.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting beyond a joke. We know she made some finals last year, but the semi-finals, she always comes up against somebody who, like a Saba, like an Iga, like anyone. Well, she lost to Raducanu as well, as we know. It doesn't matter. I feel it's a mental block. It's not the skill. We know she's got the skill. Will she be able to get past Saba on this occasion? We'll give our predictions at the end. Shout out to everybody in the live chat joining us. Good to have you on board. It seems like a while since we did an actual podcast. I know we do draw previews here and there, but it's good to have a little chit chat about the tennis and what's been going on this week as well.
Yeah, I think it's important just to mention the matches what happened today. Pegula losing to Kudermetova and Martic losing to Iga. We covered the latter, and Martic was a disgrace. Didn't turn up, didn't want to be there. Looked like her attitude was off. She picked it up a little bit in the second, but it just was a really poor performance all round. Pegula, strange one. I mean, won the second set with a bagel, but then either side of the bagel lost 6-4, 6-4. And you can only really credit Kudermetova because I think she's a really good player on all surfaces and someone who will do a lot better than Martic did against Iga, in my opinion. I think she's a good all-round player. And I am a little bit surprised Pegula lost because I made her favourite and I thought she was going to get through that one. So maybe Kudermetova is playing better than I think.
Yeah, I think she is. Pegula's a funny one, though, isn't she? We just never know what you're going to get with her. She gets to these latter ends. She's so good at Masters. She was the finalist last year in Madrid. I expected her to at least be in the semi-finals again, but wasn't to be. You could tell she was good enough. She bageled Kudermetova in the second set, but just ultimately, there seems to be something there, which is just like another block that comes over her in certain periods of matches. It's similar to a Sakkari, I'd say, sometimes, and she gets defeated and she gets beaten. But there you go.
We've got GFG right on cue saying Pegula's the American Sakkari. Maybe that is the case. How are we doing, King of Just? Hope you're well. How are we doing, Western, as well? We'll be talking about the men tomorrow because we'll be doing a semi-final preview just like we are today for the men. So we'll refrain from talking about that too much. The only thing I do want to say is let's go Aslan. Aslan Karatsev back in form, playing well just before Roland Garros. We love to see that. Go check out the Aslan song if you've not seen it already on the channel. And just to wind back another day, obviously we had the quarterfinals for the women spread over 2 days. Sabalenka beat Sharif in 3 sets. Sharif straight off the clay courts of Awareness.
Yeah.
She's gone from where we were to playing very well in Madrid, taking a set of Sabalenka, 6-2 the opening one, but then crumbled after that. She's doing really well and flying the flag for Egypt, so watch out for her at Roland Garros. And then the other quarterfinal was Sakkari versus Begu, where Sakkari got through in 3 sets. And Sakkari was just off the back of beating Badoza as well, which I thought was a really big one on the Madrid fast clay courts. I thought Badoza could have actually won this one in Spain, fast courts. I think it would have suited her. But yeah, Sakkari managed to do that as well.
Yeah, I thought that was a massive matchup. I was surprised Begu took a set off her after she beat Badoza in straight sets, but you can't predict these things sometimes in the women's game. And like Sharif as well, like you said, Sabalenka, she can drop a set if she's not playing too well. But I think I'll give credit to Sharif for that one. I'm not going to downplay that performance by Saba. I think that she still put on a strong performance to get through that. And now she'll be playing somebody in Sakkari who she's played only ever on hard courts before. She's never played her on a clay court. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how they get on in their first ever clay court battle.
Yeah, let's get into the semi-final. So the first one we're going to discuss is this one right here. And I'll let you take us through the preview.
Yeah, exactly right. So this one, Iga, we thought it was going to be Pegula. It's not. It's Kudermetova. And I think that this one is going to be very, very tasty. Obviously, Iga, she's back in form. Not completely her best form yet, but just does enough. And we go to the first of these statistics that JG's nicely sent over to me. This one from OptaRace, saying, and the number is 7. Iga is the second player to win her first 7 WTA 1000 quarterfinals after Maria Sharapova since the format was introduced in 2009. Illegal. That made me laugh when I saw that first time.
It's not actually illegal. But
No.
You don't really see OptaRace. Like, I feel like that's an opinion, isn't it? Like them just being a bit out there.
Yeah, I like it though. Just keep those ones coming.
I don't know. The admin had a bit of a funny day, but yeah, I know what they mean. It is crazy the fact that she is the opposite in Sakkari in every way. Like, I feel if Iga's going to ever lose an event, she'll lose in the first or second round.
Yeah.
Like, she's just so good. Like, once she gets going, if she wins 2 matches at an event, you might as well just give her the trophy. I think the only final I remember her losing was against Krejcikova.
Yeah, and I think that's done her a favour because Martic knocked out Krejcikova and then put on the worst performance I saw really at the tournament earlier on today. Didn't turn up at all. That first set, she may as well have not been on the court, if I'm perfectly honest. Well, how many points did she win? She won 1 point on her own serve in the whole first set.
It was 8 in total, 2 of them being double faults from Iga.
Just god awful. Let's move on to the next of these. Another number 7 here. And the number 7 is this time is for the player with the most bagels in 2023. Number 7, dominating. Got another one there. I like it.
I think it's an Iga fan.
Yeah, it must be.
The admin of this account. And it's interesting because I think we have another one about her bagels, which I thought was quite good. I don't know if you've got that one there.
Just get that one.
This is from Relevant Tennis. And she's had a bit of a drought in terms of her bagels. They've not come recently. I was talking about it in the match earlier. This is a good tweet because it illustrates exactly how long it's been. So it's 25 sets since her last bagel.
Wow.
Which is a long time for Iga. And you can see before that, she only went 5 sets from Samsonova to Liu, 4 sets from Pegula to Samsonova, Kudermetova to Pegula 3 sets, Collins to Kudermetova 2 sets. Like, she usually gets one every other match or every 2 matches. But to go 25 sets without a bagel is unheard of for Iga. But she's finally got one. Just before Roland Garros, her favourite slam. I think everyone's in trouble.
And Rome as well, probably her favourite Masters. She is probably the hardest person to beat at that tournament, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to Rome, seeing obviously a slower clay surface. It's more similar to the likes of Roland Garros than a Madrid would be, and that's why you see Iga do so well there. I mean, if she wins Madrid and then goes on and wins Rome, I don't think you'll be able to get any odds on her at Roland Garros. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, anything can happen in a Grand Slam. It's a lot tougher to win, but yeah, it's hard to look past. I think the big question we need to be asking: who's a bigger favourite, Iga or Alcaraz?
I'd say Iga at the moment.
I'm going to say my thoughts on the Countdown podcast, all about Roland Garros. So tune into that.
Right, I didn't say that. I've saved my. Right, don't snip that.
So this is the other tennis letter tweet, and we've gone through all the stats from Iga, how good she is, and how many great things she's been able to achieve. Kudermetova, the best one we found for her was that she's been drinking beer this week to recover from her matches. I've never heard of a stranger recipe for success. We can't play the full video, but I recommend giving it a listen. You can find it. If you just go up, you can just see where it was under the tennis letter. Give them guys a follow. They do a great job. And you'll be able to watch the interview. It's quite funny. But yeah, ultimately, she just says how she will, after her matches, drink beer. And it helps her recover for her matches to get ready for the next one.
I'm warming to her even more. Cheers to you, Kudermetova.
Could have said Veronica.
I live by these same rules, as you know. After every tennis match we play, there's always a beer lined up. Not sure if it's for recovery though.
Well, I mean, we always will have a beer when we play afterwards.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you just have a beer, it probably doesn't actually impact you too badly. I think it's quite a nice thing to have a beer. I can't imagine it's being that unhealthy. The problem is, we don't always have a beer because one turns into two, and then three, then four. Then before you know it, you're on a train somewhere you shouldn't be going, and you're lost.
Asleep on a train
and you wet yourself.
That's it. Sick on a platform somewhere, or who knows. Yep, never good to be doing that. But that's what tennis brings, unfortunately, when you're part of GTL, and we just have to try and keep a lid on that. Maybe stick to just one or two. I feel like two. When I get past three, the threshold sort of gets broken, and then it's just, well, you're away, aren't you? But we're not here to talk about beer. We're here to talk about tennis and the fact that these two have played 3 times before, and Kudermetova yet to win a set against Iga. Is it going to change in this matchup?
Well, I want more details on that, Ben. Tell me the 3 matches.
US Open 2020, okay. Indian Wells 2021, and earlier on this year in Doha.
How was the Doha one?
I'll give you an update.
6-love, 6-1.
There you go. So a breadstick and a bagel. That was the last time they met. And that was on the hard court. So Iga not on her favoured surface.
Well, Indian Wells. Was that better, Ben?
Indian Wells, well, yeah, slightly better. No, it was just the other way around. 6-love, 6-love. And then the other one.
US Open. I'm sure that was better.
Yeah, it was 6-3, 6-3, but she wasn't really in her swing yet, Iga, back then.
Look at the odds at that one, 1.72, Iga.
Wow. I mean, the fact that she's only won 2 games off her in the last 2 matches is not good going into this one, is it? I don't know what to say about that. I didn't even look into that just before.
I had, so that's why I wanted you to have a look, and it's very, very amusing. Kudermetova versus Iga. Do you know how I did know about it? It's because the tweet we've just been through, where she was saying the last bagels up until Kudermetova was on there twice. That's how I know.
She loves a bagel.
So when I saw that tweet, I was like, oh, God, she must be battering Kudermetova then.
And then the breadstick as well. To have a double bakery twice is just unheard of. But
you must remember, you did the meme. Do you not remember? You photoshopped her.
I did do the meme. I do remember, yeah. There's been so many. The trouble is, there's been so many customers at Iga's Bakery, you lose track. And we've got
She was one of the first customers this year.
Yeah, I've had stuck so many heads on that person's body. It's getting a bit ridiculous now. I have to get a new picture soon. Start revamping it a little bit. Maybe
right, well, let's move over to the brilliant semi-final with a specialist who loves semi-finals, and the brilliant Sabalenka as well.
Here she is, the specialist, semi-final specialist Sakkari.
Yeah, so she is the second player with 20 plus WTA semi-finals reached in the last 3 seasons after Iga, also 20. So it's actually insane. I mean, she's got to the same amount of semi-finals as Iga.
Yeah. I mean, she goes deep in tournaments. What can you say?
In the last 3 years, she's got to 20 semi-finals.
How many finals?
How
should
many
be.
titles, Ben? That's what I want to know.
It's not. I don't know. There's just one title, I believe, for Sakkari in her whole career.
I don't think.
Is that?
Wait, how many titles? One career title.
Yeah.
When was that title? Can you remember?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't find it here either. It's not easy to find.
How many finals has she lost?
I don't have all the breakdown here, unfortunately, but it would be
Weird.
interesting to see. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
would
have a
be.
look afterwards, unless you can find
I'll
it.
have a look, see if I can find a little bit of Sakkari stats.
I
There
think
we
it's good
go.
to have a little look.
There you go. I can find it. Yeah, she's here. Right. So she's been in 7 finals, won 1, lost 6. How many? Only one Masters 1000. That was against Pegula. Remember?
Yeah, when did she win? What did she win?
Oh, it was in 2019 on clay. So, and that was in Morocco against Johanna Konta.
Shocking, isn't it? I mean, she's won 1 title. She's been to 20 semi-finals in the last 3 years. 1 title against Johanna Konta.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good, is it?
It's clearly a big issue. And, well, let's have a look what she had to say about it.
Right.
Because she spoke about this. And she said, semi-finals is my round. I've done it so many times, but I keep crashing into the wall. Listen, I've lost so many semi-finals and finals that if I keep being hard on myself and I don't joke about it, it's going to be very tough to overcome. So she admits it is a massive problem for her and it is something she's trying to overcome, but she's trying to be a bit lighthearted. I think that's the right way to go.
Same as
But it was a bit
Sabat.
like Felix that time when he went to all them finals and he couldn't win. This is worse, I think, because she reaches like so many semi-finals as well. She's clearly good enough. It's just getting it over the line. And it's really sad, actually. I mean, going for a whole career where you put so much hard work and effort into competing at the top level, she's clearly got the game to do so. But yet she just freezes. And I honestly feel that you can put her up against anyone in that final. She loses.
Yeah. I feel
When I say anyone, you put her up against, say, I don't know, like, I don't want to be just nasty to anyone, but Brengel or something in the final. I fancy Brengel.
Hi, Brengel. How did she get on? Has she always been like this? Has it just been since she got onto the WTA level? Or is it just
obviously, Ben, because you wouldn't have got to this stage without it. You don't get to the dance of getting all the ranking points and everything without winning stuff.
I'm just gonna have a look at her ITF record just so that we can have a little listen of what she did on ITF. So she had 17 finals at ITF and she won 7, lost 10 of those finals. And that's at ITF.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Better.
A little bit better. But then you think about the finals she actually has lost. She lost to Pegula in her last final. Sharif, she lost to in a final. Iga, Kontaveit twice. And Buzanescu in her first.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's not good enough. She can't handle the occasion.
Well, she got breadstick and a bagel against Buzanescu. That was 2018 in a final. I'm not sure what happened there. She's definitely like a top 10 player, though. That's the thing. All of these great performances at tournaments, she has so many points that she could easily stay up there in the rankings. It's just she can't get it over the line. She could have possibly won the US Open had she not had this semi-final problem.
Well, I'll tell you what makes it funny is let's get up her celebration from the quarterfinals.
All right.
I don't think you've seen it. No, it's not this one. It's from Sarah.
All right.
Do you have that one? Maybe you forgot to bring it up.
Bear with me a second and then I'll open another tab. One sec.
Yeah, you see it. It's just underneath the photo of Sabalenka.
Oh, is it that one? Oh, okay. This one?
No, it's when I sent the tweet, it's underneath the photo of Sabalenka.
Oh, okay. Right. No worries.
We'll bring it up in a minute. And the reason I want to include this is because it did make me giggle a little bit. She's fair play to her. She's giving it a good celebration to get to the semis. It's just sad, man, that she can't get it over to the next level. But I guess it is pretty amusing as well, which is nasty of me to say.
I'm
Because
not
now
sure.
I'm
If she
invested
sent
in
it
to
to
see
me.
whether it's going to happen again.
Oh, is this it? Oh, it's just like a little one.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what I'm
got it.
saying.
Yeah. Okay, no problem.
Typical Ben.
But I didn't realize it was like
Here
a.
we go. Here it is.
What's that?
When she beat Pegu, she's giving it all to the crowd. Like, here I am. Come on, I'm doing
What's this
it.
little like finger whizzing around? What's she whizzing?
Oh, sad, man. The comment, she's acting like she beat Sabalenka Iga. Girl, you just beat Pegu in 3.
Oh dear.
Right, enough of
Anyway,
that. I'm not bullying her anymore.
leave
next up-
Zachary alone.
God. Right, so Sabalenka.
Well,
What holes can we pick here?
Well, from one person joking about them not getting past semi-finals to another person who was making light of the fact they couldn't stop serving double faults not too long ago. So they have something in common, these two. They have mental blocks that they had to overcome. Saba's doing a better job of that than what Sakkari is at the moment, though. And this is another good one from the tennis letter. Answers a question from Serena Williams. What is the most random thought you've had on a tennis court? I like this. Saba does make me laugh. I don't know. She is one of those characters, isn't she? Said, I had a burrito last night. I was thinking, that burrito didn't help me. It's all because of burrito. Now I'm wondering what Serena's random thoughts were. Yeah, I mean, do you ever have those thoughts?
Yeah. Sometimes I do. Not about burritos, but there will be times when... Okay, one of the biggest things I'm guilty of is watching tennis on another court when I'm playing.
Yeah.
And sometimes I get a bit wrapped up in their alley when I'm about to... and I can't focus on what I'm doing. I lose concentration, which is terrible to do.
I'm waiting to serve a lot of the time, and I'm just seeing you, not even looking. Just watching, and some other I'm like that looks like a better man. I'd like to be over there having a rally.
Yeah, I do do that sometimes. It's a bit frustrating.
And
the other times I just when I'm thinking in my mind, like I'm thinking of things which aren't related to tennis, or like I just get a bit distracted in my mind. Definitely. Do you have that? What thoughts do you have?
When people are playing on the other court, all I'm thinking is, God, they just look a lot better. That match, that's real. That's a real rally going.
But when you're playing and there's no one playing next to you, do you have random thoughts?
I'm thinking about that beer sometimes at the end, just thinking, just get to the end of this set and then you can have that beer. That's a reward for you. So, but that's sometimes a negative, because then you're like, right, well, I've had enough. I just want that beer now. I don't really want to continue this rest of this set. You're losing anyway. Just go for a few winners. Like if you miss it, you get the beer quicker. Stuff like that can enter your mind if you're not playing that great. But then sometimes I do that, and then I start just playing relaxed, and I start hitting winners, and I'm like, oh, and then that goes. It's negative, because then I go back in my own head again, like I'm actually going to start doing better, and then it's just a negative thing. I think thinking that you're doing all right.
I'm glad I'm not in your mind. Sounds like a real battle. That we've got the Maltese and relatable JG. I'm easily distracted. Yeah, it can happen. Let's move on to the next one about Saba.
This is the one that you found where she's always got a little modelling pic.
So she spoke about her glamorous photo shoots. For those who don't know, she's been doing quite a few photo shoots recently. She said, I don't know. I like my hobby. I like to take nice pictures to prove to myself I can look good, because most of the time I'm looking like this way, I like watching myself with makeup and in a nice dress, and I think that's nice as well, because as a tennis player, you just have to wear sporty clothes, all sweaty, no makeup. You can't dress up, and you know what it's like having girlfriends and stuff. They love a good dress up and looking nice. So I think more than guys, really. I feel like guys don't always care how they look. There is some who do. I know you always touching your hair up at work and making sure you look great, but not all guys care as much as girls, in my opinion, how they look. And yeah, fair play. She looks good. And I'm happy that... Yeah. What's the question? I'm happy. I'm happy for her about the photos. I don't know really what to say.
It's not really a question. I think it's
You
just
go
a
for it,
statement.
girl.
I think that's the main thing. Something I want to add to this as well. The fact that I can understand, because when I'm making like thumbnails and stuff like that for the channel, I have to go through so many pictures just to try and find like a nice one of like some people just to put on a thumbnail, or one of them screaming or something like that. You have no idea until you've been through all of these years and years of archives. You could just type her name in. Every tennis player, and this goes for the men's as well, but obviously she wants to just look nice in some photos. They're probably some of the worst photos that people ever have taken of them when they're playing tennis. I'm not being funny. The facial expressions most people do while they're hitting a tennis ball are not kind. And there's so many out there of some people always poke their tongue out when they hit the tennis ball. Some people do this like gurning face when they hit the tennis ball. Saber is renowned for screaming so loud after winning the point. She has like this massive screaming mouth in most of her pictures. So she probably was like sees that and thinks, I want to look nice in some photos for a change. Stop posting those big mouth ones of me roaring all the time. I want to look like more elegant, like a lady. So I understand it.
Just going back to what this comment was quite funny. G of G saying, once after a beautiful down the line winner, I literally yelled out, Rafa Button, please.
Maybe we'll get them live at our next match.
Well, I did return a professional tennis player's serve and then proceeded with the point, beat him in the point, got to the net and shouted, Vamos! That is my moment in the sun.
It was in the sun as well, very much so. Can't remember what happened after that.
No. Next tweet.
Fairly even. I think that's it.
What do you mean that's it?
I think that's the lot, mate.
So we've done the preview, have we?
Yeah, we have. We've got to give some predictions now, mate.
Right. Let's start with the first one.
All right.
Iga Kudermetova. They've played recently. Well, they played 3 times. Yeah. The last 2 have both been 6-love, 6-1. Kudermetova's got 2 games in her last 2 matches against Iga. Is anything going to change here, Ben? She's playing well. She's beating Pegula.
No, I don't think it's going to change. I feel if it was going to change, it might have changed in their last match. She got a breadstick and a bagel the time before. She could have made amends. She didn't. She got another breadstick and a bagel. This time, I don't think she's going to get a breadstick and a bagel. I feel like it will be more competitive, but I feel like it'll be more like a 6-3, 6-3 or something.
I'm going for a 3 and a 2, so less than you.
Okay.
I'm happy with that as well. I think it's going to be Iga 6-3, 6-2. That's my prediction. I think it's going to be straightforward. Sorry, Veronica.
What can I say? I'll have a beer on you anyway. So, cheers to you. But Iga,
good event for her. I don't think she won't be too disheartened. Semi-finals, good result for her.
Yeah, I'm still a bit sore after that Australian Open, to be honest, after she went out so early on, unfortunately. Let's get to the other one. I don't have a
champion.
Yeah, great. Don't have a... Yeah, it's doing great now, isn't she? Yeah, brilliant. Bit late. Anyway, let's go to... These are the 2. We've got this one. I'll bring up a nicer picture on this one. There we go. Sakkari there. Saber here. Who are you going to be going for? She makes
just
the
keep
final.
Flicking and I'll open my eyes, and whoever I stop on, that's who I'm going to pick. Stop.
Oh, what? Shock.
What do you mean? I wasn't cheating. I didn't see.
Okay, so...
No, but listen, I hate to say it. The Sakkari celebration after beating Begu, she's not going to win. I think after that, you can't win. I think it's going to just... It's just a fair. It's going to foul. It's going to flop. It's going to be another one. Another semi-final loss, unfortunately. I think it's going to be 3 sets. I think Sakkari is going to take a set. Like I keep saying, she's a really good player and she's playing well. But I think Saba's going to come through and win in 3 sets.
Yeah, I mean, Saber has been champion here before, back in 2021. So she knows what it takes to win. Yeah, I also think Saba's going to win. Maybe I'll go different to you. I'll go straight set Saba though.
How many games?
I think we'll see a tie break, and then
Ooh.
once the tie break's done, then second set will be a 6-2.
Sakari leading the tie break.
5-love. Then loses the tie break. Yeah,
That's so cruel, man.
I don't make the rules.
I don't know. I'll be cheering her on anyway. But yeah, that concludes our preview. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Of course, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. We'll be doing the same thing tomorrow night, same time for the men. And I have a feeling Carlos Alcaraz is going to be there, and I've got a lot to say about him.
Yeah, well, make sure to join us for some matches tomorrow. Iga versus Kudermetova. That is the late match, so we'll definitely be covering that one, and we'll try and get some cover for the others as well.
Yeah, last thing left to say is if you would like to see our final vlog video, it is on the Patreon now, part 3. It's 13 minutes long. There is me versus Ben on the vlog. So you will see me playing Ben in tennis. So anyone interested in that, go sign up to the Patreon. The link, I've just popped it in the live chat right now. And yeah, you may find it quite fun. You may hate it, but it's there if you want to join the Patreon. There's a few different bits in there. And what do you think, Ben? Good vlog?
Yeah, I think it's a very enjoyable watch. There's some like footage from the Challenger and ITF that we went to, and yeah, some of the different arrays of restaurants that we visited. Some interesting types of foods that we were eating as well. So there's a bit of everything. There was a little bit of a ramble around the countryside. JG took me on some weird off the path or something. I was just going off-road paths that I was going through some forest. I don't know where he was taking me, but that's all on there too. It was a good laugh.
But the best part is one of my volleys at the net where Ben tries to come in. I just cushion the volley.
It's a
and you just see him scampering for it, nowhere near it. Very Carlos Alcaraz-like. But we leave that with you. Join the Patreon if you want to watch it. Thanks for watching, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow at the same time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a beautiful night. Carlos Alcaraz. Vamos.